We probably should have decided who was going to start off.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. We didn't really talk
That's
about that.
okay.
I
That's
didn't know
okay.
you were going to start recording right away, but
I mean, I said, let's go.
yeah,
And I hit record. And now we're
you did.
rolling. We're back. It is
We are back.
it is another yap. We're here to yap again. And yeah, you know what? You want to get right into the music, or do you got
Yeah, let's
something?
get
You
right.
got a
Let's
freezing
let's.
cold little open for us.
Um, I think when someone tells you to stay safe, it always feels like a threat.
I disagree. We'll talk.
Like if I'm like, say I go,
Just cut right off. You were saying?
welcome back to another episode of Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Wednesday, April 16th, and I
Mhm.
just think that like if someone I don't know tells me stay safe, it feels like a threat.
Okay, someone you don't know is a little different.
Like if I was
I
at
think
the,
tone matters.
I went through a drive-through the other day, and they were like, "Stay safe," and I was like,
Yeah, like just put the
Did you
fries in
put
the bag.
did you put something in my did you put something
Yeah,
in my
that is a
McChicken?"
little that is a little weird.
Yeah, like I
I
just feel like
appreciate
every
it if it's someone I know, or like maybe someone I just know a little bit,
yeah
and I haven't
yeah
seen them in a while. I'm like, hey man, stay safe. Oh, okay,
yeah
cool, thanks. I will. I
yeah
will. I do my best.
yeah. But I just feel like every time like if anytime it's a stranger, they're just like stay safe. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't tell me what to do.
That do you get that a lot in general? Stay safe.
No,
I, in my experience, stay safe. I used to get it a lot when I
during
worked at
COVID.
Hibbits,
Okay,
which was during COVID. But in general, when I worked at Hibbits, I would hear "stay safe" a lot more than I do now because I think it might be a cultural thing.
okay,
I think ours, for lack of a better term, doesn't use it much. I
yeah.
don't know how many white people I've gotten it from,
Oh,
but
I've
it's a nice term. I like it.
it was a white guy
It's
that I
like,
got
hey,
it from.
okay, I like it though. It's like
Yeah,
stay safe. It's like, oh,
yeah,
don't just have a good day. You can have a
yeah.
bad day as long as you're
But
safe.
it's not used to
I
see.
like that.
But how are you doing today?
Um, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's a little chaotic. We got some family visiting, which is fun, but just a lot of kids and stuff all over the house, which is fine. But it
Well,
just makes
well, you,
recording a little chaotic.
well, you came in here looking like crap and haven't said very much.
Ah, you watched it. You
Yeah.
can say that again.
Well, you came in here looking like
What
crap
did you
and
think?
you
I
haven't
want to
said
hear
very
your
much.
review.
Oh, it was
I want to
so
hear your
good.
review.
It was
If
incredible.
you
It was
don't know
very
what we're
funny.
talking about, this is I watched. We haven't recorded since I watched this, right?
We
I think I
haven't.
just watched
We
it last
haven't.
week. I saw on Twitter someone said that they came together with Amy Poehler and Paul Rudd, which is it's from like '09 or something.
Yeah.
But they watched it and they said it was hilarious, and I was like,
Yeah.
I like both of them. This is
hmm
apparently funny. It's from an era where I think there was a lot of funny movies.
Yeah. So probably
I'm
just
gonna
got.
watch it. I watched it by myself, just in my room, and I cried laughing. It was
Yeah.
so funny. So I texted Caleb while I was watching it, and I was like, "This movie." I was about 12 minutes in. I remember texting Caleb, and I was like, "I'm at just about a laugh per minute right now, which is
hmm
an insane hit rate." I
Yeah.
was like, "You have to check out this movie,"
Yeah.
but he didn't tell me he watched it. It took me a minute to realize what you were
I
saying.
was saving it for that.
That's awesome.
I
It's a
wasn't sure if
very
I
good
was going to do
movie.
that or just say, well, you can say that again, and then be
I
like,
can't.
tell me about it. You say
Yeah,
that
tell me
again.
about
Tell
it.
me about
Tell
it.
me about it. The
That went
funniest part
on
about that bit,
way
like
too
that,
long.
yeah, that bit's funny in itself. Like it reminds me of like Angie Tribeca. They do that,
Yeah.
but it went on purposefully too long. Like they know that was
Yeah.
too long,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
was perfect because it was too long. Because you kept thinking like, when is this gonna end? Like
I was like, oh,
even
like
even the most like silly, goofy person that doesn't find that stupid gets to a point where they're like, is
okay,
it broken? Like, is it
yeah.
just repeating the same
But
thing?
then it gets funny again.
It goes, yeah, it goes from a little bit. It goes on so long that it goes from this is very funny to what is going on here? To this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's just one bit.
Yeah.
The scene,
Yeah.
the scene where the guy pooped his pants in the superhero
I
costume,
was about to
and
bring
then
that
he's
up.
sitting on the couch, and they're like, Why is your superhero costume in the bathroom with poop all over it?" And he's like, "Someone must have gone in there. He's like, I went in there. I decided to
It
change. It
was
was a Halloween
itchy. It
party.
was itchy.
Like it was itchy. I decided to change into guy who just took a shower as my costume, and then someone must have gone in there, put on my costume, and pooped themselves. That is the only logical explanation.
So it was like the hand towels. The hand towels were full of poop too,
We're
and he was like,
decorative. Yeah, they were
they
decorative.
were, they were decorative. But that movie has a lot of big names in it.
Yeah, a lot. Judge Judy.
Judge Judy's in it. That was
That
crazy.
was so funny. So unexpected. Just out of nowhere.
Um, I have some heartbreaking news.
Such a
My
funny
my
movie.
headphones just beeped. I guess I didn't charge them long enough.
I was just thinking as I was starting up my headphones was, man, that little extra like 5 minutes of charging while I was setting up was so clutch. I hope Caleb did that.
Nope, I unplugged them after we recorded because I needed to plug in my Xbox headset and
Nice.
might be in
So
danger.
what's the plan here?
Same thing as last time. I'll just switch out if they've died.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Um in the meantime though, yeah. Such a good movie. I'm so glad you I mean I knew you would like it. I watched it, I'm like,
yeah,
this is a Caleb movie. Caleb will love
yeah,
this movie.
yeah, yeah,
So funny. Oh
yeah.
man.
Very, very
It has
good.
me so
Highly
hyped for
recommend.
Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson's movie coming out.
Oh, Timmy Rob.
Timmy Rob.
Timmy Rob. That's what his friends call him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna
But
be so good.
can you get the conspiracy sound ready?
Working on a theory. I don't know if I have a conspiracy one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, I'll say I could just hit a random Hannah Montana one. Okay, hold on. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm
it's
kind of
working.
working on a theory.
There we go.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
So
what that
I'm
was.
I'm working on a theory here. Um, did you see the group of women that went to space the other day?
I did. I saw it
Mm-hmm.
online,
Yeah,
and
they
it even
like
had
went to space.
Katy
Like I know,
Perry.
yeah. I know, like Dude Perfect did it like last year, and like it's a thing people are doing
Mhm.
now, where they just like go to the edge of space, like get right to the edge of it, and then
They're
coming back down.
playing just the tip with space.
Yeah, yeah, they're edging space. Um,
Yeah.
and so, have you seen? Did you see the picture that Pop Crave put out after of Katy Perry?
No, I did not.
Okay, I think it was Pop Crave. Um, it looks very AI,
Interesting.
very
Oh yeah, yeah,
AI.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it now. It's a
It
little
like
AI looking.
it
The
looks
lighting is a
very
little
AI.
suspicious.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of before and then this picture, and before her skin's a little lighter. So did she get a
Uh-huh.
sunburn up there?
So what's your theory?
I think we got a little Avril Lavigne situation going on.
Mm. So you think
What
she's
if
a skater boy?
what if they what if they took her up there and did a little swap,
Swapped her out.
swapped her out for a newer
Interesting.
model?
This is possible. This could be maybe Lumen is involved.
Yeah,
Is like
yeah,
something Lumen would do.
yeah.
Um,
So why else would they post an AI generated picture of Katy Perry after?
And why is Allen Iverson generating so many images lately? He's really become like our Van Gogh. He's making
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Everything's made by Allen Iverson
Oh,
these days.
yeah. He's
Yeah, that's interesting. I have seen some people that just hilariously don't believe that it even happened at all.
no. It happened. I mean, I
Which is
watched it
very
happen
funny. Oh
because it's
man,
a
like because
who
that's
does
like
it?
what is because there's so much benefit to pretending that Katy Perry went to space that's good for society, and they would do that. Or it's bad. It's nothing for society. It's not good or bad for society. So there's no reason to lie about it.
Yeah. Can you hear yourself in feedback now?
I cannot.
Okay, cool. You just switched to my computer speakers, so I'm just going to use that for now, so we don't have to worry about that.
Maybe if I talk really loud, I'll be able to hear it.
Don't do that.
I still couldn't for what it's worth.
Okay,
So
cool. But yeah, I'm just like working on that theory that they took Katy Perry. I don't know why.
I like it. I believe that way more than they didn't go. I think they'd be like, we need
Yeah.
to replace Katy Perry. What if we distract them?
It's
By
Jeff
giving her
Bezos
space.
did it, right?
Yeah, like he's done it before, and now I guess he's like leading these excursions.
Did you see the
Or
picture of
something?
him tripping?
Bezos tripping? No, I didn't. That's very funny though.
Let me see if I can pull it up on Twitter.
I did see one of the funniest conspiracies I saw about this was or sorry, not even a conspiracy. It was just someone that was just wrong, which is also some of the conspiracies. But today, Katy Perry became the first human since Neil Armstrong and Buzz Peterson to set foot on another planet. What an amazing moment for America!
On another planet?
She did not.
Could
Again,
be the first person to
went,
leave as herself and come back as a clone.
That is very, very possible. So, or maybe what if they went up there and just there's just more Katy Perry's up there and just got a new one.
E.T. She has that
Like
song.
they didn't
E.T.
make it here and then go up there and switch it. It was up there. They went up there to get it.
Yeah.
There's a whole planet of Katy Perry's.
That's crazy.
That's funny that first human to step. Imagine that. Imagine we go from Neil Armstrong and Buzz Peterson, and then the very next one is Katy Perry.
Yeah, it'd be insane. Do you have Twitter logged in on your computer for yours or yelling at pigeons?
I could do either one.
I'll send you this video.
To share it? You want me to share something?
Yeah, but I'm going to share it with you.
Send it to Yap.
Send it to Yap.
Yeah, send it to Yap.
Because this video of Jeff Bezos falling is so funny. It's so funny. He eats it.
Nice.
Which he's mostly a robot, but the tweet says that.
I'm, by the way, like one of the dumbest humans that exists because
Yeah.
I opened Twitter and I was like, oh, we have a message.
These guys so excited over him.
Like, oh, wow. Okay, let me share this. Let's check out this trip. Okay, they've got the circle on Bezos.
he just face plants.
Just eats it. Oh man, listen. There was a nice big old trench right there. Right,
It was. But look, he's just so excited. And just
sniper got him.
Yeah.
It's always funny when people fall to picture a sniper. Like he's aiming up, boom. Oh, that's funny. That's one of the timeless things is people falling. Like
People
as long as they
falling.
don't get like seriously hurt.
I watched the video
It's very
of
funny.
Joe Biden falling off his bike like 1,000 times.
It's one of the funniest videos. That's
like
ever existed.
if that video had 1,001 views, they were all me.
Yeah.
Like
Didn't it happen in Delaware?
I think so.
I kind of want to go to.
We should go to the spot.
Do a show there. Do a show from where Biden fell off his bike. Speaking of Democratic presidents, did you hear what Stephen A. Smith said the other day?
No.
Listen, I've become less and less of a conspiracy guy as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
But from time to time, I'll entertain some. I may dive headfirst into the idea that we were switched into a new timeline.
Okay.
The world was about to end, and like they used some kind of technology to switch us to a new timeline where it doesn't end, but everything else is weird. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith says he, quote, has no choice but to contemplate a run for president, which we knew was being thrown around, but it feels a little bit more serious now.
It does.
He said, I would hope someone else would step up that's more qualified than me. But if it has to come down to me, it is something I would consider. Stephen A. And apparently the early, like, whatever the experts that estimate or whatever have a Vance versus Stephen A. Smith. Vance at 47%, 7%, and then Stephen A at like 33, and then the rest in like other.
That's crazy.
33 is ridiculously. We are so unserious that Stephen A. Smith has an early projection of a 33% chance to be the president.
That would be crazy. Would LeBron fans vote for him?
Oh man, that's the thing. He would not win over the bronzexuals.
No,
he would not win over
unless there was a picture of them talking. If there's a podcast episode of them talking it out.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron was like, "No, we've had our differences, but I stand behind him."
Yeah,
it would be crazy.
He hires Skip to be like the
Secretary
of Defense or something.
Can't lose in these shoes.
Skip just trying to negotiate. Yeah, he's like, well, I'm wearing my Jordans. Can't lose in these shoes, so I win. Art of the deal. Did you see speaking of Skip, did you see he did a Jubilee video?
No.
I haven't watched it. I've seen clips. I'm assuming the full-length version is one of the greatest things that's ever existed.
Yeah,
are you familiar with the new Jubilee format where they'll get like a far right person or far left, and it's them and then like 20 of the opposition, and they go up and keep arguing with them? Are you familiar with that concept at all?
No.
That's Jubilee's like new
thing.
They used to do like the button. Their main thing right now is that.
Wow.
It's one person and then 20 people that vehemently disagree with them.
Okay.
So for the first time, they branched out into something that's not political with this concept, and it's Skip Bayless against 20 people who think LeBron is the GOAT.
we need to whatever we were planning for yelling at sports. Can we just watch that video and react?
I think it's probably like 20 minutes long. It would take us a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's I just assume it's incredible. I saw one clip where he was talking about how, and I'm not like gonna get into the LeBron Jordan thing, especially not on the not sports thing, but like one of his points was that Jordan is better because he was a better free throw shooter.
Was he wearing his Jordans? Did we?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't see a shot where I could see his shoes, but he probably
can't lose in these shoes. That's awesome.
Man.
So ChatGPT knows about us.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think that means we made it.
Yeah, I was fooling around on there and said, "Here, let me pull it up."
Okay. ChatGPT, we made it.
Entertain the listeners.
We should have ChatGPT give out awards for the best podcast and just keep regenerating a new winner until they pick us. But we won't tell them to pick us. We'll just keep hitting, do it again. We'll just be like, no, I don't like it, do it again until they pick us. And then we'll get trophies that say, I can 3D print them. Official 2025 ChatGPT best podcast in the world. That would be cool. Or maybe we could go do a show from space. We'll borrow Katy Perry's space car.
Yeah. So Yelling at Pigeons is a weekly comedy and pop culture podcast.
You have to so AI only knows what it can source, right?
Yeah.
It probably saw that we went to see Daniel Tosh. It was like, oh, they must be funny.
Yeah.
They must be funny.
Hosted by Luke and Caleb, the show features lighthearted discussions on topics such as sports, movies, video games, and internet trends. The hosts often incorporate humor and banter into their conversations. It still says we release every Tuesday. Is that in our bio or something?
Probably.
Probably. The show occasionally features theme segments and special episodes. For instance, episode 28, titled The Grammy Experts, the hosts reviewed the Grammys and participated in trivia.
They know that we're Sporkle merchants.
Listeners have described the podcast as a casual and humorous take on various topics, with the host's chemistry contributing to its appeal. The show continues to grow its audience through consistent content and active engagement across multiple platforms.
That's partially true.
Yeah.
We do have consistent posting.
Yeah.
I don't know about continues to grow. Maybe very, 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 very slow growth.
Yeah.
But it's something. Is banter, does that feel British to you when you hear that word?
Oh.
Banter.
Oh, man. Me and my brother gone better.
That it's great chemistry with the banter on the show. It's what the appeal is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a comedy.
It,
Yeah, it just feels British to me. What? Gil's making a face for the
I was
audio.
trying to ask ChatGPT if it likes yelling at pigeons, but it took it thought I
Took
was
it
asking
literally
if it liked the activity of yelling at pigeons.
of yelling at, yeah,
Yeah,
which it should because everyone should.
yeah.
All my homies hate pigeons. Did you see that? Have you ever seen the movie? I shouldn't say this because I don't remember what it's called. But the movie where they're like streamers and they like dare them to do more and more dangerous
Is
or
that like Nerve or
bad
something?
things. Oh, I think it is Nerve. Um, Streamers are just like borderline doing that now.
Are they?
There's a guy who did a Chinese water torture that was controlled by his chat.
Oh
So
no.
he was like strapped under a dripping faucet that would only drip every time they made a donation for
Is he
like
alive?
hours. I don't know how long he did it, but there's a video of it just constantly dripping on his forehead, and he can't like avoid it.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
it looks. I mean, he probably made a bag. For being
He
honest, probably made a bag.
probably did. Um, that is that legal though? Like just to, I mean,
You're torturing yourself. I guess
yeah,
you can.
yeah. I don't know. I don't. I really don't know what people are doing these days. But it's a
Yeah,
streamer world.
it is. We're just living in it.
We're just living in it and not streaming.
That is true. That we
We
are not.
we should make a video of us playing Munchkin on Saturday with Noah and James.
Oh, speaking of Munchkin, and we might record with them. I think the plan is to, but I don't know if it's going to come out right away. So I'll bring this up anyway.
Yeah,
Listeners, comment whether or not you think jokes are inherently funny. Because this is an argument we get into every time we
every
play
time.
Munchkin. Because there was a card that I had like 3 or 4 times we played ago that in order for me to get the benefit of the card, I had to tell a knock knock joke. That's all it said. Tell a knock knock joke. Not tell a funny knock knock joke. Not tell a bad knock knock joke. Tell a knock knock joke.
Yeah,
I told one. I don't remember what it was word for word. It was bad. It was not funny at all. It was just
knock knock jokes
structured.
in their own are not funny.
I beg to differ.
I give me 15 funny knock knock jokes right now.
I mean, I don't have them off the dome. I only saw Dana Tosh once, Caleb.
You imagine if
Um,
a stand-up comedian went out there and
Just
told
did knock knock
a
jokes.
100 knock knock jokes?
That would almost be funny just because it, like, as a bit in its own right.
Yeah. Knock knock. Who's there? Is everybody?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I told this really bad knock knock joke, and I wish I could remember what it was, but think of a knock knock joke that's literally like I was just fitting the structure of a knock knock joke.
Yeah.
Like knock knock, who's there? T-shirt.
Yeah.
T-shirt who? T-shirt and jeans. Like something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not funny, but structurally it's a
Yeah.
knock knock joke.
Yeah.
And they did not want to let me. They protested this so hard. It was a big argument, and it still is. Every time we play, we
Every
argue
time,
about it.
yeah.
And my whole point is that jokes are not inherently funny. It did not say they had to be funny. And Noah tends to believe they are inherently funny.
But like, I think even like adding the layer that it's a knock knock joke. Knock knock jokes are usually not funny.
That's true.
I don't think I've ever
And
died laughing
it
at a
also
knock knock joke.
provides a blueprint for what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Like, if it just said tell a joke, I think you'd have a stronger case.
Yeah.
I still would disagree because I still would say jokes aren't inherently funny.
Yeah.
It's subjective. If
Yeah,
I think
subjective.
a joke is a joke.
It wasn't tell a joke that makes everybody laugh.
Yeah, that would be funny. You have
Yeah.
to make them laugh.
You
I
have
told
to.
James we should start doing like extreme munchkins, and this goes into the other card I want to talk about that we argued about. But if there's like set up a stage at his house with a karaoke machine,
Yeah.
and like if it says tell a joke, you have to do like a 5-minute stand-up set.
That'll be crazy.
If you want to go up a level.
Yeah.
Or like in the case that we argued about, sing a little song. If it says that, you have to go do a full song karaoke on the stage. That would be awesome. But yeah, I got a card similarly. It's always me too. Why? I got a card the other night when we were playing, and it was a whole list of things I had to do. It was like, take a card from the person on your left, give a card to the person on your right, discard this, yada yada yada. Sing a little song, do that, and they mix that in there. And for sing a little song, I was just reading the instructions. I was like, oh, take a card from you, give a card to you, sing a little song, da 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 da, like just moving on. And they were like, whoa, 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 that doesn't count. To me, definition of a little song. It's turning just a regular little phrase and putting a little jingle on it.
Yeah.
That's a little song.
Yeah. And
which, if they're listening to this, they're going to hate that I said jingle because they kept saying that's more of a jingle.
Oh, you might have just
But a jingle is a little song.
In my when Luke called me while I was at work,
and he failed me.
I failed. Luke was like,
I had to concede.
He was like without any background, sing a little song. And I stopped for a second and I just went, once I was afraid. I was petrified.
Start singing a full song.
I don't know.
Because I told them we couldn't agree, and I'm like, how about this? I'll call Caleb, and I'll just agree to this beforehand. No context at all. I'm just gonna tell him, sing a little song, and if it's comparable to mine, it's fine. And they said, if your song was longer than mine, I lose. And I was like, I don't think that's fair. I think there should be a couple word, at least a few word, like gap.
Yeah.
Like rope it in.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's see what happens. So I called Caleb, and I was like, Caleb, no context at all. If I told you to sing a little song, what would you do? And this man started singing a whole song.
but
only one line from a whole song.
Yeah. But so technically it was a little song.
It was a little piece of a full big song.
Yeah, that's true. But the words on the card said sing a little song, and you sang a little song.
The words "a little song" I sang
were sung.
They were sung.
So, I don't know.
I instead, after we hung up, I had to sing a song about how James and Noah are colluding against me and they suck at this game. And then I beat them. So,
yeah,
it's what it is.
There you go.
I won't bore you guys with the final deciding additional argument that we had. This game, mind you, Munchkin. If you've never played Munchkin, it can go long if you're just not hitting the right cards.
It's supposed to be like what, 20-ish minutes?
Maybe a long game is an hour.
Yeah,
they'd be like, man, that was a long one.
But that's like with
that's
with like max amount of players.
Yeah, we only had 3 players. The less players you have, it should go pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we started at about 9:00, and we finished at 1 a.m.
That's crazy.
It was one game.
I'm so excited for.
But it's not just because we were arguing about like rules and stuff that did play a factor, but we also were just getting horrible luck on our cards. Like we were probably an hour in, and one of us, maybe me, I don't remember who it was in the lead at level 2.
That's crazy.
It was insane. Oh man, it was a good time though. Munchkin's always a good time.
Always a good time. Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday.
Yeah.
I got AI to write some topics for today's show.
Okay.
Well, I only chose one, but it said that we should talk about weird laws in the world.
Okay. I'm always down for some weird laws.
So I got it to
Number
generate
1, Jude Law. Why is that your name? Jude.
So it generated me a list of a bunch of laws and like what country they are and what the law is because they're weird. So I'll just start reading some of them off, and maybe we can have some way better about them.
A little better.
Switzerland. The Swiss.
I am Switzerland. I wish I had that sound on here. I need to add
great watches, chocolate, and army knives.
Yes.
But it is illegal to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. in apartment
stewing
in apartment buildings.
That's insane.
Yeah, it can disturb your neighbors.
There has to be. So it's just a sound thing?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's crazy.
we need to get quieter toilet. How loud are your toilets? They can't be that
Must
loud.
be loud.
That's.
What happens if
I
you're
feel
taking a
like we would
massive
all
dump?
mutually agree. Like, I would rather hear my neighbor flushing toilet from time to time late than not be able to flush mine late.
Yeah, like what if you have some stomach stuff going on, and the dump is louder than a toilet flush would be anyway? Am I not
And
allowed, am I not allowed to poop after 10 p.m.?
even grosser, you got some stomach stuff going on, and you've got multiple rounds after 10.
Oh,
So
yep,
it's stewing, and then you're adding to it.
yeah,
That is gross. Listen, this could create a market, though. We should invent an item, because this is what we do on the show. We invent items, right?
yep.
We should invent a flush timer.
A
So
toilet.
whenever they're marked, maybe it's like, oh, you can't flush from 10 to until 6 a.m. It just automatically flushes it. Get it out of my house as soon
Yeah,
as I'm allowed to.
yeah.
And then it would be very funny, too, because the whole building, we just sell it out to the whole building, and all the toilets flush as soon as just everyone wakes up to the loudest in unison flush.
Whoosh.
That would be awesome. I did watch a Swiss, I think it might have been Norwegian, but it was called The Wave. So it feels similar, like a big
What was
old.
it called?
It was called The Wave, I think. It was
Okay.
about a tsunami. It was pretty good. It was
What
completely.
country was it? What country?
It was either Swedish, no, yeah, or Norwegian.
Norwegian. Interesting. Do you know why Norway
But I feel
has?
like they're all the same.
You know why Norway's military has barcodes on their ships?
Why?
Because when they get to port, you have to Scandinavian. Denmark. It is legal. It is illegal to start your car.
Brother, this guy stinks!
I forgot I had that for a second. I would have hit it way sooner.
In Denmark,
By the way, Norway, what did they like? Ask in Australian, like, "Hey, I'm gonna let you name our country," and they're like, "Norway," and they're like, "Thought that was the name."
play the song. Play the
This guy stinks!
Oh, okay, not the whole thing, but
yeah. In Denmark, it is illegal to start your car if there's a passenger not properly seated. You can't even start your car.
yeah, that's crazy. What if I'm not trying to be properly seated, but I just want to heat the car up, cool it down?
Yeah, what if someone's like getting into the car and they're not properly seated yet, and you turn it on?
Yeah. So what if I'm picking someone up? I got to turn the car off while they're getting in.
No, ooh, that's a
They
good
wouldn't be
question.
properly seated.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Denmark, come on the show.
Yeah. Come on the show and talk about it, then, Mark. Dan and Mark. What both of you on? 4-person pod.
In Japan, this one's a little crazy.
Also, these are all generated by Allen Iverson, so I hope they're all just made up.
Yeah, me too. In Japan, it's illegal to dance after midnight in some parts of the country. This law dates back to the 1940s, was designed to curb the spread of prostitution.
I feel like, if anything, that would increase the spread of prostitution.
Yeah, you can't dance?
It's one less thing you can do.
What
They're
is
like,
it?
oh,
What is
well,
this? The
they're out of the
Footloose
club or something.
town?
Like, yeah, midnight, can't dance. So, might as well get out of here
Yeah.
for a low price or high.
In Singapore, it is illegal to sell or chew gum.
I've heard about this.
Okay.
They were like irresponsible with their gum. People were just leaving it everywhere, like they do here in
Yeah.
big cities. And the government was just like, "Fine, no gum then." And honestly, I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
Like,
I
fine,
don't-
if you're
how
gonna
often do you
stick it
chew?
under railings, spit it out on the ground, people step on it. No gum. You
Yeah.
don't get to have gum.
How often do you
No,
chew
so I
gum?
kind of respect. I haven't chewed gum in probably pushing a decade.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like almost never.
I think I would though. Like recently, I have something going on with my tooth, so I wouldn't trust it. But if I
Okay.
get that straight, I would try it again. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Shout out to the gum. Come on the show, gum. Or if a
Yeah.
gum brand wants to sponsor
Yeah.
us,
Orbits.
we'll chew gum into the mics the whole time.
Um, In Thailand, it is illegal to step on money because the king's face is on it.
That's a bit much.
That's yeah.
I mean, what are we?
What if you drop $1? I don't know what their money is in Thailand, and it starts floating away. You just gotta.
I
Yeah,
have
you
an
should,
idea. If the king wants to put a stop to this, he should plant $2 all over his
$2.
So they go. They go to step on it. Oh, the king! I'm stepping on this $2.
$2. Now you got poo on your shoe.
Poo
Bars.
all over your shoe.
Um, in Alabama, it is illegal to wear a fake mustache in church.
I wonder what the reason for that is.
It says no laughing in church, so because it could make people laugh. So no joking around in church.
Listen. Is the rule no laughing in church or no mustaches? No fake mustaches?
I don't know.
Because most of these priests are comedians now.
Yeah.
Like, I was in a very serious scenario one time where I should not have been laughing. And I was crying because the priest was so funny. And it was not fair because he also shouldn't have been funny in this moment. It was very serious. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it was like a deep down part of my grieving or something, but I was crying laughing. I was laughing I almost left the room.
What happened?
I was at a funeral.
But okay.
He was just funny. The priest was funny.
Yeah.
He was telling a story about his morning and like his coffee, and I think he spilled it or something.
Okay.
And then, like, the door got jammed. It was hilarious. Like, this guy had a great 15. He can give you he could be an opening act for a real comedian. Solid 15. No problem.
All right.
It was so funny. Yeah. It was awesome. And I wasn't the only one. Jimmy was also laughing very hard. We got a couple dirty looks.
Yeah. In France, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon because they want to protect the dignity of Napoleon Bonaparte. Wasn't he a short little guy?
Yeah.
Maybe tall compared to you?
Yeah, compared to me, he was probably a giant. But
Yeah.
we need some freedom of speech out here in these other nations.
Yeah. In Italy, in Venice, Italy, this one is one that we might need to move to Venice. Like, I know that's like easy for us to do.
Yeah, we got the money for it.
It's illegal to feed pigeons.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Tourists and locals have been fined for feeding the pigeons in St. Mark's Square.
Technically, depending on how it's presented, it's illegal to feed like most random wildlife.
Yeah.
There'll be like signs at parks: "Do not feed the whatever."
Yeah. This one's hilarious because, like, why? In Michigan, it is illegal to detonate a nuclear bomb within city limits.
Yeah, but if you're outside city limits,
That's what I'm saying.
you want to detonate some nukes, go for it.
Yeah. In Texas, it is illegal to shoot a buffalo from a second-story window.
Why second story?
You know?
That's very weird.
No
I don't want
idea.
anyone practicing for any more parades.
In England, it is illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament.
You can't die in the Parliament.
No.
Did the Queen not die in the Parliament?
Oh.
She break the law.
She broke the law.
She post mostly lose her queenship.
Yep. Prison. Put her under the jail.
Put her in the box under the jail for life or for afterlife.
In Mexico, it's illegal to ride a horse without a saddle.
Dumb, but probably a good idea.
Yeah. In
Idea.
Finland, it is illegal to name your child anything too weird.
Oh, I like this because it is not objective at all.
No.
Who gets to decide? Who gets to decide what it is? Like that kid that was named Fidget Spinner a few years back.
Yeah,
He's got to be like 8 now.
that's
Is his
crazy.
name still Fidget Spinner? Is he just
I-
going by like FS?
Oh, you talking about my boy Fidge?
Yeah, Fidge. He's definitely going by Fidge.
He's got to. In New York, it's illegal to jump off a building in New York City.
I mean,
You can get fined.
I don't think you're going to be suffering the consequences of that fine.
Yeah.
Most advantage there.
In Switzerland, it's illegal to own.
What about like, I don't know, hitting a building with an object, a very large object?
I don't know. Did those guys get arrested?
You know, funny enough, I don't think they were ever charged.
Yeah. No, they were doing the charging, all right.
Yeah. But if Mark Wahlberg was there, he
Yeah.
would have charged them.
Yeah. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotta have multiple.
You have to have two so they can interact with each other.
They're trying to breed these guinea pigs.
Yeah. In
Breed the
Kentucky,
games out there.
it's illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket.
That should almost be required, just because it's impressive.
Yeah.
If I see someone pull that off, that's cool.
Yeah. In Alaska, it's illegal to wake a sleeping bear for the purpose of taking a photograph.
Your punishment is the bear mauls you to death.
Yep. Thailand, it's illegal to leave your house without wearing underwear.
Okay. How do they know?
Don't know. Listen,
I mean,
I
there
have
might be
left.
some
I have left my
personnel.
home if I'm just running to like the gas station or something. Just free balling. I have. I'll be honest.
I'm not a free baller, honestly. I'm not judging.
You know, sometimes I sleep with sweatpants on and no underwear, and if I have to run somewhere real quick, I'll do it.
I'll do the first part, but I'll change before I.
Yeah.
That's just me.
In Indiana, in 49 states, it's just, yeah, it's illegal to catch a fish with your bare hands.
How are the bears supposed to eat?
Yeah.
It's the only kind of hands they have, and they love fish. You'll starve all the bears out there.
In Victoria, Australia, it's illegal to change a light bulb unless you are a licensed electrician.
Listen. I've heard some great things about Australia. One of my favorite humans visually and probably personality is from Australia. Maybe I'll just move there and become an electrician that only does light bulbs.
Yeah.
There's got to be a market for that.
How many Australians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Yeah. Depends how many of them are electricians. Bro, I'll run up in there. They'd be blown away with how many light bulbs I could change.
Yeah.
This guy's smart. Look at him changing that light bulb. I kind of want to divorce. You know, they'll probably be like, I kind of want to divorce my husband that I just had a kid with and go with this guy as I continue to make hit movies.
Yeah.
That's just like a guess.
In China, it's illegal. In Shanghai, China, it's illegal to reincarnate without government approval.
Okay. I like the idea that like they could stop that.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
In Scotland,
Scotland.
it's illegal to be drunk in charge of a cow.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Probably not a horrible idea, but
Yeah.
kind of a random. Like, what caused them to make that law?
Yeah. In Rhode Island, it's illegal to throw pickle juice on a trolley.
Throw them juice?
Throw pickle
Is that
juice
what you said?
on a trolley.
Oh, pickle juice. Again, one of these laws that like there had to be some kind of event that was.
Yeah,
like,
there's a reason.
We should probably put it.
And the final one is the most Georgia thing of all time. In Georgia, United States, it is illegal to eat fried chicken with a fork.
I vehemently agree with this law.
Yeah, if you
What
start
are you doing?
if you start cutting up a chicken leg with a fork and knife, we're fighting.
Yeah, get in there and get some grease on your hand. Oh, speaking of one of the low-key funniest lines from They Came Together was when he was like, yeah, she said, I was so greasy, and I don't want to get into detail what he was talking about, but I'm like, greasy is a hilarious way to describe that.
Yeah.
You maybe have to watch it back. I don't know if you remember what
I don't
scene I'm talking
remember.
about, but very funny. Never heard that body part described as greasy.
Oh, man. But yeah, those are the laws I have.
That guy, by the way, that was banging Paul Rudd's girlfriend, one of the most like interesting looking faces.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely lopsided.
Yeah.
It's a very, very funny guy.
Yeah.
Was that your last law?
Yeah, that's my last law. So maybe next
Um,
week I'll have more AI generated prompts.
Well, speaking of fish, you were talking about fish. Did you hear about the salmon that are swimming like hella fast?
All of them?
Have you heard about this? No, it's in a certain area, but I haven't read the article, only the headline, so could be anywhere. Check your salmon. But the salmon are swimming mad fast because whoever they is, disposed of like a ton of painkillers into the water, and it got into the fish, and now they're just like mad quick.
That's awesome.
The fish are on steroids, and it
Yeah.
rocks.
Roared it up.
Steroid salmon. Yeah.
What happens if
steroid
I
salmons.
eat a fish that ate painkillers?
You will feel the pain. It's reverse. Double.
Okay.
Yeah. It will bring you pain.
I would feel the pain that the salmon felt.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like that's how it works. I didn't invent science.
Yeah, you're
but
not
it's
not
just-
doctor. You just know.
Yeah, exactly. I just have the answers. You want to do some Sporkle?
Yeah, let's fork it up.
All right. Here we go. You guys know the drill. We're looking for 5 in a row on the Spork. See what we can get. First one. What fictional animated company has the slogan, "We scare because we care"? Come on. Is this Initech, Monsters, Inc., Average Joe's Gym, or Globo Gym?
This is Monsters Inc.
This is obviously
We scare
Monsters,
because
Inc.
we care.
Easy money right there. Put that thing back where it came from. Watch it help me. Oh, hey, look. Oh, we got to learn this.
We do.
Which we do a TikTok doing the pigeon. Which regular Sesame Street character created a dance called "Doing the Pigeon"? Is this Bert, Big Bird, Little Bird, or Mr. Hooper? First of all, Mr. Hooper, I'm not super well versed in Sesame Street, but he sounds like a bucket,
He better
walking
be.
bucket. This got to be one of the birds, right? Or is it a trick question?
I think is it one of those trick questions where it gives us two birds, and it's Bert.
Or is it one of those trick questions where they give you two different kinds of birds to confuse you as to what bird it is? Because if they only put one of them, it would be obvious that's that one.
Yeah.
I don't see Bert as a dancing
You
creator.
don't? I can see Bert
creating
dancing.
dances. I don't think he's a leader.
I don't
I don't
think
think he would create the dance. He might partake.
I don't think the only thing is I don't think I think it would be seen as racism if Big Bird or Little Bird were doing a dance called "Doing the Pigeon" if they're not pigeons.
And Bert is?
Yeah, but he's a person, so like you can same as like writing the chicken dance.
Okay. Let's go with Bert. For the record, my official guess is Little Bird. Oh, psych.
Would have
I
been
didn't
wrong.
mean that. Courtyard and Fairfield. Nope. Courtyard and Fairfield Inn are both brands owned by what hotel and lodging company? Whew. Got that one out. Is this Ramada, Best Western, Marriott, or Hilton?
Is it Marriott?
I
Is it
think this is
Courtyard by
Marriott.
Marriott?
Yeah, that's in my head. I was saying Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah.
Bam, 3 in a row. Don't let them get hot.
Oh, I know
GD.
this. I know this.
Okay. Well, I'll go with it. Oh, I actually do know this. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but I do know who Chidi is.
Anaganye.
Chidi Anaganye and Tahini Al Jamil are characters on what show that premiered in 2016? Is this Love, Riverdale, The Correct Answer, The Good Place, or Stranger Things?
Yes, it's a good
This is
place.
the good place.
I started.
Here we
I spelled
go.
names that I could not pronounce right away, and was like, we are screwed.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And
But
I looked
then
over to
once I
see
heard
what the
myself say Cheaty and you were like, I know this, I was like, yeah, okay.
yeah, and I looked over and saw that it was television. I was like, oh wait, we're back.
Yeah. Have we ever gotten the first 5 correct?
Well, now we're not going to because you jinxed it.
I'm just asking
No,
if we
you just
have.
no, got
I didn't
over.
say we were going
You
to.
just got overexcited. You talked about it.
I
You
didn't
kept talking
say
about a
we were going
streak while the
to.
streak's
I
going
didn't.
on.
Now you just
No,
because you just killed
you're
the
the
vibe.
one.
We had all
You
the
no
momentum,
no 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 no
and
no
you
no
you
no
called
you
timeout at the worst time. We were on a
you
15-0
you
run,
called
and
timeout
you
to
called
ask
the
if we ever.
timeout
You could
instead
have
of letting
hit
the coach
next.
call the
You could
timeout.
have just hit next, and we
And
would
now
have been
you
fine.
killed the whole vibe. And now we're gonna
You
get the next question
what you
wrong
did
because Caleb
was
killed the
you
vibe.
brought it up. If a player's
Ted
has
Bundy a vibe over here. Oh, and it's a question for Caleb too. Who was the first winner of WWE's Royal Rumble event? Ric Flair, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hulk Hogan, or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I want to say Ric Flair.
You want to go with your gut?
Yeah,
I will say, if you've seen the movie that I forgot the name of about the wrestlers, what is that called?
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. That is early wrestling, and Ric Flair is involved.
Yeah, I want to say Ric Flair.
Caleb killed the vibe.
You no you asked.
Caleb killed the vibe. Caleb killed the vibe. Unreal. What is the North American name for a reindeer? Is this a caribou, an elk, a moose, or a buck?
It's caribou. See, you never talk to a pitcher. You don't. If a pitcher is throwing a perfect game, you don't say, "Oh, you're throwing a perfect game. Good
But
job."
the commentator would say, like, they would ask their stat guy, hey, has he ever thrown a perfect game before? And then they'd be like, no. And they'd be like, this would be a career first.
Yeah, but neither one of us were the stat guy. We were the competitors.
We have to be all of them. We don't have
We shifted from commentary of doing the podcast to competing in Live 5. Is
In
this
what
one
city
not?
is George Bush
Is this one not
Intercontinental
New
Airport
York
located?
City, Manhattan?
You would think. Is it San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, or Dallas? Hear me out. I'm thinking Houston because of that first pitch with HW.
Was it in Houston?
He was wearing Astros stuff. Wait, or was he wearing... Was he wearing Rangers stuff?
Dallas.
I think he was wearing Astros.
The Dallas airport is like Dallas Fort Worth something. Like it's
Yeah. I kind of want to go Houston.
okay. You're the one that like loves
Okay.
everything he's done in
Listen,
aviation.
the guy, everything he's done in what?
Aviation.
And aviation. I mean, he was a funny guy. I do think is a funny guy. Norman Bridwell is the author of what popular children's book series, first published in 1963? The Boxcar Children, The Animorphs, Clifford the Big Red Dog, or The Chronicles of Narnia? Great series, by the way. Chronicles
Great.
of Narnia.
I just got Chronicles of Narnia on Audible for but the whole series.
Nice.
So it's
I
not
think they're
that.
making a new movie.
Are they?
Yeah.
Which book?
Because I heard they offered, this is probably disbussing film. I don't know, but I'm going to assume it was discussing film. And they offered Meryl Streep, the voice of Aslan, the lion,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. So I'm like, why not just use the original
Who
person?
do
if
you
they're still
think?
around?
Like, there's got to be a queen and a king in those movies. Who do you think they would get to play the king and queen of Narnia?
I just don't know if there's like a go-to, maybe like Glenn Powell,
Yeah, and
maybe, but I don't know who would be like his running mate, like who could star in a film with him.
maybe dare I say Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, now that might work.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
might work.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
yeah. I think they
That
could.
might
They
work.
would have good chemistry.
I think so too.
And I don't think it's the Boxcar Children. So I'm stuck between Animorphs and Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I feel like I've heard this name before with this
Maybe,
Norm guy.
maybe it's. Do you think it could be Clifford?
Let's go with Clifford.
Okay, that's my big red dog.
Money. I liked Clifford when I was younger, so
Yeah.
that's why I was thinking. Because I'm like, if I've heard this guy's name, maybe that's where I heard it.
Yeah.
Which company has advertised their products with the slogan "Because you're worth it"? Is this Avon, Olay, L'Oreal, or Neutrogena?
I have no idea.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I know the slogan.
It feels like
so
L'Oreal. I
can
don't know why,
eliminate
but
it.
it feels like L'Oreal.
It would probably be like a British person doing the commercial. L'Oreal, new hair care product. L'Oreal, because you're worth it. I like it.
I've no. That was
Look
a
at
complete
that.
guess.
We just got to talk it out sometimes. Oh man, the first two albums by the Beastie Boys to reach #1 on the Billboard 200 chart each have what three-letter word in their titles? Did we have this before?
I think it's ill.
I think so too. I think we've had this question before.
Yeah.
I like this whole answer sheet as a question. If you guys are wondering what the answers are, it's why ill not boy. Why ill not boy? Let's
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
That was crazy. We only missed the one.
We only missed
that
the one
could've
because
been
Luke jinxed it.
5 straight because Caleb killed the vibe. So
No, Luke
90%. Pretty darn good. We'll see if we can do any more real quick. What NFL team has a mascot named Rowdy? Is this the Minnesota Vikings, the Las Vegas Raiders, the San Diego Chargers, or the Dallas Cowboys? I think this is the Vikings. It's definitely not the Chargers.
Is it not the Cowboys? Wouldn't that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it probably is the Cowboys. Yeah, because the Vikings, I wasn't sure what they named. Don't they have like a standard mascot now after
Yeah.
the motorcycle guy
Yeah.
held out for a contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is Dallas. There we go. We got it right. 91% so far. What is the largest world religion estimated to have over 2 billion followers? Is this Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, or Buddhism? Is this Islam?
I think it might be Islam.
Oh, Christianity.
Oh.
Shout out to the Christians. I didn't know that. Thought it was Islam. Actually, Islam was the lowest. No, it wasn't.
That was the second highest.
I
thought
that was
the
a
first question.
crazy example of jumping to a conclusion.
Yeah.
It was less than the answer, and I was like, it was the lowest one that anyone guessed. And Hinduism and Buddhism were both guessed at 9%, and
that was like
guessed at
awful
6%.
math by you.
Why? Just because I should have been able to realize that it wasn't just on the fact that it was 26 and Christianity was 56.
Yeah.
I didn't try to do any math there. Sometimes I just talk.
Yeah.
That was a good Sporkle, though.
It was.
Sporkle
It was good.
right there.
Except for when Luke talked to the pitcher who was having a perfect game.
Yeah, except for when Caleb went up to an athlete that was having a great game and said, if you miss this shot, your entire family's going to die in a plane crash.
Yeah.
And then he killed his whole vibe.
Yeah. Just a little food for thought. If Luke is on a team and a pitcher is throwing a perfect game, just like take Luke as far away from him as possible. Because Luke will walk up to him and say, "Hey, have you ever done this before?"
example? No, I love this example because I would lead to my teammate and be like, "Bro, he's never done this before, right?"
No, you would walk up to the guy competing and you'd be like, "Hey, have you ever done this before?"
No. In this case, I would be the pitcher, and I'd be like, "Have I ever done this before?" No. Let's go. Let's do it.
Honestly, right there might have been our first real argument on the show.
Well, it would have been a real argument if you had a real case, but I was right. So,
yeah.
Before we go, because I just saw this and it reminded me, have you got these Coke cans? I'm trying not to spill it. That say share Coke with your, and then it's a thing.
They used to have them a while ago. I've seen them recently.
Yeah, but they're back, right? There's like friend, dude, bruh,
yeah,
sis.
They're just on like the cans and they come in like the 20 or the 12 pack.
12 and 24. But what I find interesting that surely all the listeners will find interesting, they're not like randomized.
Okay.
Like you get one box. Like I got a 24 pack of Cokes that all say friend.
That's awesome.
Every single one.
And you don't
think
have
it'd
that
be
many
like a
friends.
mixed bag. I don't. I could maybe give away like 0, and then I'm stuck with the other 24. But you would think it, wouldn't you think it'd be like a mixed bag?
Yeah.
I really, in the words of Dexter himself.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on a theory.
Someone at the factory messed up.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be randomized, but they were like, not a big enough deal to like recall it and redo it. We're just gonna keep it like that. So, I'm on to you, Coca-Cola. I know your secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. If I'm on social media, it's Luke Schultz 56, and you can find me there. Also, I learned the other day that I don't know how Instagram works at all. Shared a Creed song with some random person.
Yep.
Don't know how to use Instagram. I totally understand why Unk accidentally went live.
Yep.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at CalebCrane12, Twitter Caleb P. Crane, and that's really all I use.
Yep. All right, we got a bunch of sports to talk tomorrow, so come back.
And we'll talk to you next week on here.
Let's blouse.
Peace.
Yum, yum, yelling at pigeons.